Back in the day before the internet became what it is now, video games felt like they had a bigger sense of mystery to them. Guidebooks didn't always contain all of the secrets, and before cameras and capture cards, people really didn't upload quality footage. This led to a ton of rumors back in the day, getting the Triforce in Ocarina of Time, reviving Aerith in Final Fantasy VII, or unlocking Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Melee. These sorts of rumors didn't really add up to much, but every now and then there would be something insane that would happen, like when people discovered Missing No in Pokemon, a Final Fantasy IX side quest that was discovered years later, or when they discovered the subscribe button while watching Night Sky Prince videos. And just after last year's major discovery with NieR Automata, we thought we had seen everything with the game. This game is going on 5 years old now, and people are still finding new and interesting things with it. However, this brand new discovery is driving the internet absolutely insane, and for a good reason. Last month, a Redditor by the name Sadfutago posted on the NieR subreddit about their friend being unable to enter the church in the copied city. They had posted about this multiple times before, and people thought that they were just trying to get to the area that the Adam boss fight is in. Of course, this was not the case. They then proceeded to make a post with these images, asking if anyone knows how to get to the area. This was then followed by video footage of them entering a secret room inside of the copied city, and nobody knows how on earth they did it. This is essentially a brand new part of an area inside of the game, and nobody knows how to get there. But this person has mysteriously posted this footage, and with no answers, people are desperate to figure out how to get there themselves. Now, I know what you're thinking, because it's the first thing I immediately thought too. This is probably some sort of elaborate fake or a mod that someone has worked on in order to trick everyone and fool everyone on the internet. But here's why that's not the case. First of all, no modding tools exist that allow someone to create something this elaborate. There's no way to mod an entire new level into NieR Automata currently. So even if this person is a modder of some sort, they would have to be some sort of super modder that's light years ahead of the entire modding community, which seems extremely unlikely. And also, given the very professional construction of the area, they not only had to be talented at hacking and reverse engineering the game, they'd also have to be talented enough to construct something on par with the game's own level design quality. Which means only one of two things are happening. Either this is indeed a secret left in the game, or some super talented super genius ahead of everybody else working on mods for the game, and also might have some industry experience maybe, has decided to pull an elaborate hoax on everybody for seemingly no real reason. Normally in these situations, it being a hoax is the more likely thing. However, given all the factors here, the community does seem to be in agreement that this is real and somehow within the game, though this warrants investigation either way, because if this is modded, it's light years ahead of anything the modding community's been able to do. And if he is able to do this with the game, then the community would greatly benefit from being able to know this person's secrets. Adding on to this mysteries, you can't even see this room if you clip out of the copied city, which makes how they actually access this area an even bigger mystery. Furthermore, when entering the church, an actual cutscene plays. This is insane to me because, again, if this is a modder, they're basically able to make their own cutscenes, which nobody has really been able to do. Even though it's a rather simple scene, reverse engineering the game to this point would be insane and incredibly challenging to do. When entering, you even get a voiced line from A2. Upon entering the room, you also see something rectangular floating away, which potentially could be a cameo from Grimoire Vice. There's also this strange white body mesh sitting at the altar with a flower coming out of it. Very strange and very Yoko Taro. Speaking of Yoko Taro, you may be thinking he has a Twitter. We can contact him and get the answers. Yoko Taro had this to say on the matter. Do you want to know my insight? In that case, you can find the answer at my Twitter profile. Thank you. And if you read his Twitter profile, it says, I can't answer about any products. Please ask the publisher. This is basically Taro's way of telling us to off and figure it out ourselves. The game's producer, Yosuke Saito, only had this to say: eternal mystery. This has all been made worse by a number of trolls coming out saying that they discovered the way in, all for these leaks to go nowhere. And Sad Futago, the original uploader, hasn't said anything else since. Regarding if it's real or fake, legitimate modders have had this to say: we haven't found any evidence in the assets that this exists, other than the tower itself from late game. The tower includes many similar assets such as the library, chandelier, but not the church pews, and the first copied city door. If this is a mod, this would be the first time anyone has done something like this, and nobody else knows how to make custom doors like this seen in the video. It would be a relatively immense undertaking for a single individual to accomplish with various modding breakthroughs. Notice how their minimap does not change the resistance cap when going past the wall, which it does in the real game when going out of bounds to the exact coordinates. So not only do these assets not seem to exist in any known version of the game, it's currently far and beyond what entire teams of modders are currently capable of. This has led an entire team of people to speculate that perhaps it's neither. NieR Automata does have a Switch version that's coming out soon, and people have proposed that perhaps it's Square Enix trying to start a viral marketing campaign for the Switch version of NieR Automata. I'm not really convinced that this is the case, as I'm not sure how this translates into Switch sales. I also don't think we've ever seen this type of quote-unquote marketing ever being done in the industry before, and it's kind of unknown how communities will react to this stuff. To me, it doesn't add up for this to seem calculated by the developer. As for my own thoughts, the only thing I can really think of is this possibly being some kind of pre-release version of the game, but even that seems incredibly unlikely, as currently it's considered true that this is the PS4 1.0 French-Canadian copy of the game. So in total, there is absolutely no way to explain this footage, and thousands of fans out there right now are trying to figure out the secrets behind it. And even if this is a hoax via modding, the modding breakthroughs it would require to make something like this work is so far ahead of what the rest of the community can do that basically there would have to be some sort of super genius out there who's been able to reverse engineer the game and even be able to replicate its quality to an insane extent, which again would warrant investigation, as this person would be able to provide a ton of breakthrough mods for the rest of the community. But how I feel about it is that I think it is truly exciting. It's not too often that we get to have a video game secret discovered like this, and I think it feels incredible knowing that this 5-year-old game, one of my favorite games of all time, still has many secrets for us to discover. Whether this can be found in some version of the game or some super modder exists out there, it's currently unknown. Nobody really seems to have a straight answer, and that's the fun part of this mystery. But we will be following this story closely and unveiling any mysteries behind it the moment they happen. Shout out to patron Peter Campy and the rest of the Ultima community.